Hello, I'm Malcolm Cox, and yes, those are Christmas carols you can hear in the background. It is almost Christmas, even if you don't like Christmas carols, as a friend of mine doesn't, and you know who you are. Nevertheless, it is almost Christmas. And soon I'm preaching on Daniel chapter 3. The reason I'm recording this is to ask you if you have some insights on this passage for me. I'm preaching on Daniel 3 for the West Watford Free Evangelical Church on Sunday the 21st of December, 10:30 in the morning. You're welcome to come if you're in the area. And it's an amazing passage, but it throws up some quite interesting questions. We had a look at it last night in our family group Bible discussion, but I wondered if I could get some more insights from you out there. Daniel 3, the situation is that the Israelites are exiles in Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar sets up a huge statue, 90 foot high by 9 foot wide, commands all people to bow down to it whenever there's some music played, and everybody does, except Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. People notice, they bring the matter to the king's attention. He calls them in and questions them and tells them, you must bow down, and they say, we can't do that. Sorry, king, but we just cannot do that. And they make it very clear that God, they believe, will rescue them, but even if he does not, even if he does not, we will not bow down and worship. And the king gets furious, heats the furnace to its maximum, throws them in there, and then we have the situation where they're walking around in the fire, and a fourth person is seen in the fire, observed by Nebuchadnezzar, who calls him like a son of the gods. They come out of the fire, and the king is astonished at the power of their God and recognizes that he is God. So, here are some of my questions. You might have some of your own. But firstly, what do you think Nebuchadnezzar stood to gain by putting up this statue? And what did he stand to lose by the three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, refusing? Why did he put it up? What might have been his motivation? What might have been his hopes in putting up that statue and asking all people to bow down? And what might he have stood to lose? And then again, for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, how come they decided not to do this when they're not to bow down when they're in exile? They don't have a functioning temple. They don't have a functioning sacrificial system. They don't seem to have a functioning priesthood. They seem to be lacking prophets, all the normal support mechanisms, if you like, but also just everything that comprises essentially their religion doesn't seem to be in existence. So how come they have this conviction, this particular refusal to bow down at this image? It's not said that it's a god, this image. It's not said that it's connected with any temple or religion, and yet they still refuse to bow down. So why might that be the case? I'm interested to know what you think about that. And then perhaps finally, who is that fourth person in the fire? What is that person doing, walking around with them in the fire as they're wearing their robes, their turbans, their trousers, and they're walking around in this furnace that's at maximum heat, and this fourth person walking around with them? Who could that be? And why? Why is there a fourth person? Why is there a fourth person for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's benefit, perhaps? And why is there a fourth person in there for King Nebuchadnezzar's benefit, perhaps? What's going on there? Hey, let me know what you think. Leave a comment on this, below this recording. Send me an email if you like. You can send it to mccx@mac.com, mccx@mac.com, or I'm sure you can find other ways to contact me if you wish to via this site. Thanks for listening to all this, and I ask you to send anything you think might be helpful, and if it is, I'll do my best to credit you when I preach on the 21st of December. Take care, and God bless.